Welcome friends. In the last video we saw that what is a pull request. So pull request is nothing but make it mandatory to raise a pull request before we can even merge the code into the certain branch. Let's say for master branch and make the master branch a bit secure. In this video we will see how we can restrict this on GitHub repository. So in this series we will talk about only two major players for a Git repository. One is GitHub and another is Bitbucket. So we already saw in the previous video what is a pull request, but just for a recap, what was it? So in day-to-day scenario, what we do is we create our code on repository. So I need to just take a brush. We create our code, and suppose this is our master branch. It is going up with the time. At the same point of time, someone creates a branch over here, commits it on the day-to-day basis, and merge it back to the master. And this is the merge. Yeah. But when this master branch is made secure, this merge is, let's say, this is the master branch again, and we have made it a secure branch. Now, when the developer makes a branch and commits the code on day-to-day basis and tries to merge into the master branch, there will be an error. The error will say that it is not possible to directly merge it into the master branch. So what he need to do? He need to create a pull request over here. And then some developers needs to review it. And then only it will be possible, if the review is successful, to merge it back. And there can be some more rules on which it is possible to merge or not possible to merge, both the cases. So let's go into the Git repository that is located on the GitHub and see what settings we need to do in the repository. So first of all, what uh, is required to do this setting is that you need to be in the admin privilege section of the that repository. Then only you will be able to see this settings button. So I am in the repository which we are using for this series called Git Concepts, that is hosted on GitHub in this case. I am one of the admin user, and that is why I see this settings button. Once I click on the settings button, I see various options here, and one of the option is branches. Once you go to the master, once you go to the branches section, you will see all the branches listed here. And the first section is what is your default branch. So usually, and 95% of the times, default branch is a master branch, because we keep the master branch as our release branch in most of the cases, but we can rename it, or we can have another branch and set as a default branch here. And then there is a section called branch protection rules, which will be used for the purpose of protecting this branch. So I would say add rule, and it is asking that which pattern I should look for the branch name. So I will say just master. And if you read this option, this says require pull requests reviews before merging. Yeah. So it also says when enabled, all commits must be made to a non-protected branch that will be other than master, and submit via pull request with the required number of approving reviewers, and no change requested before it can be merged into branch that matches this rule. So I will check this. Required approvers you can increase or decrease. Least is 1. And as we see right now, maximum is 6. And it does not make sense to make more than 6 reviews for a commit. Yeah, for a pull request because it's too much. So generally, what projects do, they keep 2 number of reviews mandatory before a pull request can be merged into the master. And there are various other options that you can dismiss the pull request which are stale, I mean, pending since a long time of time and nobody is acting on that. And then require review from code owners. Yeah, so it will require an approved review in pull request, including files which is a designated code owner. So we can designate the code owner for the pull request, and it is mandatory then if I check this to that code owner will also review. Okay. Then there are more rules you can go through in very detail, and there is also help section available for these rules. Like signed commits can be made mandatory, and then linear history can be made mandatory. Mandatory, like linear history is what that the uh, commit graph should look very linear in this manner. It should not be like one commit here, one commit here, and one commit here, and then we are going to merge. So we can make such restrictions into this repo and then say create. So it is now saying that it applies to one branch. So with this pattern, only one branch is right now in the repository, but we can say any branch which is starting from release, protect that branch. So rule will be applied to all the branches starting with that. Yeah. So now we have the rule, and if I go to the branches, here we see that now we have one rule here currently applies to one branch. And now if somebody tries to create a branch and directly merge into the master branch, because we have set the rule for the master branch, he or she will get an error that it is not possible to directly merge it into the master branch. And you need to create a pull request. How to create a pull request is another topic which we will cover in depth for GitHub and Bitbucket both. So stay with me in the next videos. And if you like the video, please like, share, subscribe, and motivate me for making more videos. Happy getting. Thank you so much.